Now, number one, let's go right into it. My first and my most favorite thing to cover with people is obviously the cash flow quadrants. So people that have not seen this before, this is by Robert Kiyosaki. He basically says you can have a job, you can be self-employed, a business owner, or an investor. He said there's two different sides. 95% of the population is on the left side, while 95% of the wealth is on the right side, is because they use systems, and those systems create leverage. And I want you to underline those words and write them down. So what do we have to offer? Well, number one, if you guys are actually watching this part, you understand that we already have the Epic solution. We're talking about education, properties, income, and community. So what are we teaching? Well, we're teaching all the different stuff that's out there. Now, on the self-employed side, we're showing you how to do wholesale, short sales, fix and flips, really deal with that foreclosure market and get money now. Now, there's a good and a bad side. The paychecks are absolutely huge, and it's just fantastic. The problem is it still revolves around me putting time in to get paid. So what New Varish actually came up with is, you know what, let's give people another stream of income, and we're going to do that through New Varish, just redirecting traffic and just doing the marketing side. We're basically going to create our own little people franchise over here, and we're going to show you how to make anywhere from 5 or 10, or for those people that are looking even bigger, how to make a very, very serious income just on the business side. And what we're going to do is take that income, walk away from your job, free up that time so we can start doing more deals together. Now, in the meantime, we just created two streams of income. We've got short-term deals going on, and we have the business side. So that's the income side of Epic. Now, what we do with that cash flow is obviously we're going to start moving it into our properties, our long-term investments. And in this quadrant is the quadrant that starts making our money making money. And we do that through the Real Market Experts. We do that through the web portal of the Investor Concierge. And that's where we're going to be holding our wealth. So what are we doing? We're doing all that together as a team, and that's the community. We're doing all these different quadrants all together so we can create short-term deals, create that massive income coming in on that side. We're creating our business, and so we can take that income and start funneling it into our long-term investments. Now, the reason for that, I don't know, guys, if you saw where all the money is, but our goal is to get every single one of you on this right side of the quadrant, where the wealth is. Now, if I'm thinking about retirement, I want to be on the side where all the wealth is. I want to be doing stuff where systems are out there creating my wealth, and we can sit there and do it. Moving on, I love the word system, and I love the idea of creating a real estate investing system. And what do we have out there? Well, number one, we've got the 4 different levels of real estate. I do this because it simplifies all the different stuff. Obviously, we've got over 30 strategies taught at the college, but let's break it down so you guys can all understand of what we're actually creating. So this is the 4 levels of real estate. This is wholesaling, fix and flip, buy and hold, and the money lending game. And what are we creating? Well, number one, all those people out there that don't have money, or they want to get involved but they don't have the money to do it, that's where wholesaling comes in, where we're getting our contracts, we're out negotiating with the foreclosures or the homeowners, and we're moving that contract to somebody else. Now, that fix and flipper, they love wholesalers because they're bringing the contracts to them, and they can go out, swing their hammer, fix up the property, and then they can just take that property and move it on to the buy and hold. Now, the buy and hold, do not misunderstand this. The buy and hold people in this market, they are going to be making an absolute killing. So you do want to be in the buy and hold situation, because either the guy's going to be sipping their Mai Tais in a few years, and that equity that they get, we actually take the people from buy and hold them, actually move them into being money lenders. So if you're tying up properties worth 50, 100, and just let those things ride out, you're going to be able to tie those up and actually start lending money to other investors. Now you have a whole other stream of income just off of those properties already. So what are we creating? We're creating a giant system out there where we can move people through this so you can actually start playing in the game of the wealthy side. Now again, buy and hold and the money lending, that is in the investing quadrant. That's on the right side of the cash flow quadrant. So I do want to sit there and stress that that's going to be the big wealth builder. The other strategies, it's just our cash flow. That is where we're bringing in the cash so we can take that money and then move it into our long-term strategies. That's the big, big concept here. We don't want to go out and buy a bunch of buy and hold properties and say, oh my gosh, a roof needs fixing, and then have to go out and start doing your short-term stuff. But we've got the passive side of it with the mailbox money for our retirement.